Alright everybody out there in the CraftChest Nation, it is I, CraftChest, here with an unboxing video of a processor that I have waited a long time for ever since I stumbled across the announcement last year, as a matter of fact, and I've waited a long time to get my hands on one of these, and I've never actually seen anybody do a review on this processor from a consumer point of view, from somebody who is just the average Joe or the average CraftChest out there that waited for this processor and is going to implement this processor into a build. Now, I have all the pieces and parts already in an AMD build over here, and this right here will be a processor upgrade. Plus, we also have the video card, that discrete video card that they tell you, and we're going to be doing some tests on this. More than likely, I will be live streaming some of it as part of a test to the PC, but that will be after I get the computer up and running and set up in the two PC setup that I've been working on for the past, I don't know, 6 months or so now, maybe a little bit longer than that. But let's have a look at this right now without any ado. And first of all, let me tell you what we're going to be doing. I am currently using a 2.5 hard drive in there. It's a spin drive, which gives my overall score, and I know a lot of people do the Windows score thing and some people don't care about that, but it gives an overall score of the actual hard drive, which is the lowest of a 5.9. The rest of the specs on the PC as it sits right now, with memory, processor, and everything else, ranges from 7.1 to 7.9, which is quite good for the money that I have invested in this computer so far. And you'll never believe the cost. As this computer sits right here, it's under a $400 build and will play anything that I want it to play, whether it's video, games, or what have you, as it sits right now, because the 2-core 3.6 processor will overclock, and I have overclocked it up to 4.1 stable on a stock 8350 fan, but I didn't use the fan that came with it. It actually had a bigger block. Now we're going to be upgrading to a brand new, first on the market right here, the A-10 7890K. So let's have a look at this processor. First of all, whenever they said ship weight is 1.5 pounds, I was like, ain't no flipping way that a processor weighs 1.5 pounds, even with the cooler. But boy, was I wrong. Check this out. This is the brand new A-10 7890K in my hands. I have been waiting so long, haven't even broke the seal. I came home for lunch and I just read it. I held it in my hands and says, you know what? This right here is going to be proof that AMD is so underrated, because I hear people all the time on Twitch, hey, I want to start streaming, I want to play games, I need something, but I don't have but like a $500 budget, you know, this, that, and the other. I don't have thousands of dollars to invest. Well, let me tell you, you're not going to have to invest that much. And with this processor, we will be doing multiple tests, such as single PC setup as streaming and playing a game, 2 PC setup with the current i5 computer that we do all of it on. And people in the past have seen the stream test that I've done with the 2-core. It really couldn't keep up with it that much, and I did get stuttering in it. But with this new 7890, we should be good to go to do anything at 60 frames a second, which on Twitch, like I've said in the past, with streaming, if you're not a partner of Twitch, it doesn't really matter. All it is in the encoding that you use to the ingest servers to get the signal out there to people. Because unless you have the, I don't know what they call it, the I forget what the fancy word is right now, because I'm excited about this processor. But unless you get the encoding options for source, high, medium, low, mobile, it really doesn't matter. It's all about how fast you pump that information to the people. So let's do an unboxing of this. And I was going to move the camera way down, but I'm just going to hold this up and show you. Here we are. We finally broke the seal to this processor and the brand new Wraith cooler. That's the big deal about this, because this one is supposed to be the all-in-one solution with this Wraith cooler. And a lot of people out there have taken this Wraith cooler, the old version. This is the newer version of the Wraith cooler, which comes with a shroud. It comes with a larger block, and it's supposed to be able to handle overclocking. So let's have a look at this Wraith cooler first of all, because this is the AMD Wraith cooler. The upgrade 125 watt solution to cooling. As you can see, it's already puttied out with the paste, the heat sink paste. I love the weight of this block. Very beefy, very cool to the touch. As you see, it's got the copper heat pipes. It's got 4 of them coming out of each end. I'm sure that's I'm sure it's 2 heat pipes going all the way through. Plus I see a couple of bins in here, which makes a 4 fold over, basically 4 heat pipes coming off of it. It's got a nice standoff on it here and here. Plus it's got the big fan, which is supposed to be virtually silent. Here is the plug-in to it right here. And I'm sure that carries all kind of information such as temperature and what have you with certain drivers, especially with the new catalyst and what is it called, the Crimson drivers that you can get for these. So let me put the plastic back on here because I don't want my paste to get contaminated. So that's a look at the Wraith cooler. Give you one more close-up of this right here. And from what I understand, this is LED lit, so you actually see the logo stand out. And I think it's around the edges here on the inside of it where the LEDs are. I'm not exactly sure. I did see it lit. I thought it's somewhere in the ring. I don't know, here and here, but we're going to see that later on down the road. But anyway, it is lit for those of you who like to show off the side of the case. Plus, the case that I have is going to show it off very, very nicely. All right, so let's put this Wraith cooler to the side. And now let's have a look. I'm not actually going to take it out of the box, but I will show you. Here is the brand new A-10 7890. Of course, AMD always provides you with logos for stickers, and this one actually says A-10 7800 series. It is a 7890K processor. It's 4 CPU cores, 8 GPU cores of R7 technology. That's Radeon R7. Plus, we do have another R7 discrete graphics card that we're going to be adding in at a later time. First, I want to get benchmarks on the processor itself, go through all the runs of it to see just what this chip is capable of with the 16 gigs of RAM that we do have installed on single channel. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing this, because of the there's not really a significant upgrade from single channel to dual channel. In a lot of cases, you'll get better performance on single channel. Later on, we'll go double channel, and we'll probably end up with 32 gigs of 2133. Right now, I'm going to be doing benchmarks on 1866 memory, even though that this chip, for its full potential, is going to be 2133. But we're going to have to wait because I ran out of funds on this particular upgrade. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're going to be running 1866, which is still, what do you call it, nominal overclocking. It does it by itself. If you went with 1600, you would just have 1600. 1866 will overclock itself to keep up the pace with this chip. I don't plan on doing anything but the turbo boost on here as it is right now. Later on, maybe we might do some overclocking and see if we can get up to maybe, I don't know, 4.5, 4.7 possibly. I don't know what the heat dissipation is going to be like with the Wraith cooler, but 4.3, even if we were to boost it to 4.3 overclocked, not using the turbo, we should still be good to go. But I just wanted to give everybody a quick look at the A-10. Here it is right here. We'll have a look at the box one more time. I'm going to put the processor back in here. I'm actually going to put the Wraith cooler back in. Actually, I'm not, because I'm about to do this upgrade right now. Once again, I don't know if I'm actually going to live stream this or not, but here it is in my hands, brand new. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning whenever this processor hit the market and have it overnighted to me, and I just got it in today. It just released, well, it was actually the next day, I think it was. It was, I'd say, like 12 hours after release. It became available on Thursday. I bought it Friday morning, and then had it overnighted, and I got it today. Today is Saturday. So that's how bad I've been wanting this. I've been waiting on this chip for so long because of all the hype and all the press and all the boast by AMD. So AMD, if you're out there and you're watching this by chance, we're going to see what this card can do. We're going to put it to the test, not only on the games that you talk about. I'm not Dota 2. I don't even have Dota 2 loaded. But we'll try some League of Legends. You know, we'll try some Terra. We'll try some Path of Exile. We'll try some, what else do I play? We might even jump into Smite, Diablo 2, Diablo 3. We'll try some of the high-end games like Trackmania. We might even jump into Trackmania because everybody knows out there they can run like 240 frames a second on some of their stuff. It's wild how many frames a second that game runs, and some other beautiful 3D Mark and all this other stuff. So I can't wait. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to shut the computer down over here and get this upgrade going. Get the new hard drive, which is this one. Did I show you this? I kind of tangent off, but I did get a PNY, or PNY. The penny is what I call it. I just say penny. But we got the penny 240 gig hard drive to start off with. I could have gone with a larger drive, but I got to looking at the primary games that I play. Oh, Elite Dangerous, that's another one. And let's have a look at that. The primary games that I've been playing the most of, that I have on a solid state drive, Blade and Soul, Elite Dangerous, Path of Exile. Let's see, on my Steam apps I have American Truck Simulator. I have Borderlands 2 H1Z1. That's another game that we're going to be trying out on this new setup. Of course, we have Terra, because that's what we play the most of MMO-wise. And I'm sure there'll be a few other ones. But those games in itself take less than 100 gigs to actually have on a drive. And I still have a few gigs to spare. So a 240, for me, for the games that I know I'm going to be playing a lot of, is plenty big enough. And we'll partition this out. We'll give it like 60 gigs to the operating system and partition and all that good stuff for pictures, videos, and everything else. And then the other partition will be probably 150 gigs left over, whatever we have left over, probably 150 for the actual games we're going to play. But this is the PNY CS1311 SSD, and all the reviews on this brand. This is a new hard drive by them, by the way, from what I've seen. So both of these are new tech that just hit the market recently. You may already have one of these. If you don't, everything that I've seen on this drive is 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. I've not seen any 3s, 2s, 1s, no negativity whatsoever. So that's the decision that I took over this one versus one that I have been looking at, which was the HyperX drive. I forget what the actual, I think it's a Fury or something like that, or any of the other mainstream gamer name brands that are really pushed out there. I don't go for that. I go for what people say work, what's stable, what's fast, and what I need for my application. So that's why we went with this one. All right? So there we go. We got our processor. We got our drive. We got the PC over here with the RAM, the graphics card, the motherboard, which is a F2A88XM-D3 with the Bolton technology version 2 on it, of course. Plus, we have the DIY case. You'll be seeing all of this in future videos, and this will become our main gaming rig, and then the Too Wicked 2 will become the actual streaming machine over here to Twitch and YouTube. So stay tuned for the upgrades. I'll keep you posted on where we stand, and I might even do a live stream on some of these upgrades. So check the link below. 12 Power Gaming is where we're at on Twitch, and of course here, CraftChest on YouTube. We'll see you later. It's a craft of the mind, everybody. Go out there and have some fun. Woo! Woo!